12 or 13 years old, we were playing at the Cotton Club, Fred's Place, you name it. So, you know, go out and play at a nightclub with grown-ups and then go to grade school, go to the 7th grade the next day. Now the Gangsters started as a 4-piece band. It was Willie Black, Lester, Michael Nolan, and Johnny.
They were grabbing familiar songs and putting their own bridges to it, and we learned that from them.
And then slowly but surely we sort of morphed into a bigger band, right?
That was Phil Wilborn, Willie Blacknall, and so many others, the Sanders brothers. I mean, when you get these guys together, they were just something that just, you couldn't touch them. They weren't funky, they were beyond funky. You know, they brought in horn sections and stuff like that. They were doing off-syncopated chops, and nobody else was doing that.
And I was playing trumpet and singing, and we had 2 drummers, me and Michael.
It's 2 drummers. Yeah.
Lester brings him in, he says, oh, this guy plays trumpet. And I go, what's his name? I thought he said his name was Thorough Memory.
First of all, I met Thera when Thera got here. Thera had been here one day, and I met Thera walking down the street. He lived in the next block from me.
When I first met Thera, he comes in and he didn't even have a horn, man.
I met the Klepper's brother, who had an Olds Ambassador trumpet, who wanted me to play on it.
He goes, man, can I play your trumpet? And I go, yeah, you know. He picked up that horn, played a few notes. That was the last time I played trumpet. I go, I ain't a trumpet player. 'Cause this cat here is like,
Well, like, this is a great horn. Can I have it? And the guy goes, yeah, you can have it. I go, I like Portland.
Thera came in and introduced us to CTI and Straight Ahead, but he got us to read charts. That changes the whole scenario. When you're reading, right, it's not like you just learn by rote, because a lot of people just put on a record and they play to the record and that's how they learn it. Thera wasn't about that. There you go, you guys are gonna learn how to read. All of a sudden it became a clinic. It was like this whole other level of everything.
I plead with the people of Portland, refrain from any show of hostility. Use your power of persuasion when necessary on strangers and residents alike to keep it cool.
The one thing about when the Gangsters started happening, we just didn't take no for an answer. Okay, so Vortex happened because we had a great governor at the time, Tom McCall.
I know all the costs, but this is the only courageous right thing to do.
The American Legion was going to hold its annual convention in downtown Portland. Now, we had a lot of people who were yippies and, you know, social groups were planning to confront the American Legion in the streets of downtown Portland. So they didn't want to lose the revenue from having all those people here. So the great Jack McGowan, he was put in charge of organizing this rock festival at McIver Park. We're going to take everybody, all those hippies and yippies, we're going to take them out and they can smoke all the pot they want and do whatever they want. We're going to get some land. We're putting up the electrical. We're going to build a little city just like Woodstock, just to avoid the clash. And it worked, you know. American Legion had their little thing and Vortex happened. Well, we wanted to play Vortex. We didn't get an invitation. A lot of people would have went, oh no, we can never do that. We're never going to. Not with Thera and Lester McFarlane, man. So we loaded up all our equipment. We said, we're going out to play at Vortex. Who was going to tell us no? I guess they assumed we were supposed to be playing there. We went right on in and drove right up to the stage. So we go, who's in charge? Thera goes, who's in charge? Jack McGowan comes over. We said, we want to play. He goes, bands have come from California and all over the place to play here. You think you can just drive out here and just play the gig just like that? He said, yeah. He goes, why do you think that? He said, because we're an all-black band. We're all black. And Jack McGowan kind of looked funny. Like, oh, really? So anyway, after we had our attitude adjustment, they run up and find us and go, you guys are going to play. You're up on stage next. We started playing, and immediately people started coming. You could see, like, you could just feel them going, wait a minute, this is something different. We were supposed to play a half an hour. They kept saying, keep going, keep playing, you know. I think we ended up playing like an hour and a half, you know. And then Jack McGowan came up and, man, I'm so sorry. Thank you guys for playing, you know. We weren't supposed to get paid. I think they paid us, you know. He came up with some money. We went in and recorded these songs starting in the daytime all night long. And there were people who, I think some people had to go to work and came back, or they had to do other stuff and came back. We were just in there for like 2 or 3 days.
I have some memories from it, but it's just, you know, spotty stuff. Like, just a lot of people in the studio.
Yeah.
You know, they were doing his directing thing, and
Right.
you know, it was a good time. I mean, it was really a big deal to me because I'd never been in a professional environment like that. So it was, you know, kind of overwhelming for me. At the same time, I'm going to do my best to play on it, and I think I felt really lucky to be there. You know.
You're talking about over 50 years ago.
All the cats in the Gangsters, right? We used to talk about this tape, right? Because we had all recorded this tape. We went down to the studio. We were there for who knows. I don't know how Thera paid for it.
Good to see you, man.
How are you, love?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
How you doing?
Great. Boy, I saw you guys up on that screen. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know anybody filmed.
The only one who writes back on Facebook.
You know, I don't know how to write.
Hey Jimmy.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Oh my goodness.
You got old.
So good to see you, man.
You too. Man, at least you didn't lose all I'm working on it.
Oh man, good to see you guys, man. Keep on doing what you're doing, man. Don't work. Thank you. It's so important. So definitely.
He lives in Los Angeles now, one of the greatest musicians I've ever played with in my life, the great Lester McFarlane.
You have to remember, we're playing songs with a lot of no vocals. They're just, and time changes, signature changes, but we were a popular band.
They gave me so much. You know, when I heard about this, I just cried. Because this was my life. I love these guys. Man, I live and die with these guys. They made me a lot of who I am.